Okay, I want to welcome everyone to our Tuesday, September 3rd, 2019 meeting of the Whitley County Board of Commissioners. And we'll start our meeting with a Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, first on our agenda, we have our attorney, Matt Shipman.
I don't have anything to report today, unless you guys have specific questions for me.
The branch court property agreement, we have it on the agenda. Is that?
It's not something I've seen at this point, I don't believe.
Oh,
wait, branch court, sorry. Yes, that is on here. I have reviewed it. It is fine.
okay.
If you would have said the Parkview property, I would have known the address didn't mean anything. Yes, so, I mean, we have a donation agreement and a deed. We don't need to sign the deed, but the donation agreement is pretty simple, ultimately.
It'll be coming up later then. I just want to make sure that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're good.
We can bring it up later.
Did you have anything, Commissioner?
No.
The only thing I do have is we tabled an MOU for the city for a 911 agreement, and it was a memorandum of understanding for their new 911. I think Matt's already taken a look at the MOU. It looks good, and I'd like us to, and we've all had a chance to take a look at that. So can I get a motion on the MOU for the 911?
Yeah, I just want to make sure people understand we're not giving dispatch to the city.
Oh, yes. All this is, the city needs,
That's right.
We don't want to start that.
yeah, the city just needs, because of the fact that they're going to do some of their own dispatching, they need to have an agreement with the city and the county on that part of the dispatching. It doesn't do anything with funding, or it doesn't, all it is it's a formality to make sure that they can do their own dispatching on with the new facility.
With that, I'll make a motion. We approve the memorandum of understanding.
Okay, we've got a motion.
Second.
Got a second. Discussion. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. Thank you. So, if you could bring that down, and then
Okay,
and then I'll sign that. Cindy Doolittle, polling locations. She's our county clerk.
I should have treated another copy myself. But these are the polling locations that are designated for the city and for South Whitley. As you can see, we have one contested race in the city, so that's why it only involves those 3 locations. And last year, Jessica from the voter registration office sent out requests to see if they still wanted to do it, and they did, so.
Okay, good.
So that means you only have to man those 3 locations.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Yeah. I make a motion we approve the voting locations.
Got a motion to approve the voting locations. Got a second. Discussion. Now, this also includes the courthouse is going to be
It designated.
for absentees?
Correct.
Okay. Okay, any further discussions? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, the same.
And then I'll have those published. They changed the code now that it used to be the auditor that published those in the newspaper, and now it falls under the clerk, so we'll get those in the newspaper.
While you're here, did you take care of the postage meter yet? Is there anything?
Yes.
Okay.
Debo's picked it up today.
Okay. And the new impact, you're all set with that
All
now?
set, yep, running up and going.
Okay, good.
And the internet business that made it work and all that?
That I don't know where preferred IT is, and, because I think there still has to be a line put in.
Right.
But temporarily, when I get low on postage, I'm supposed to call Impact I don't know if they'll come and hook something up real quick and get it off again to get the postage downloaded, but I don't know where Preferred IT is.
Well, I think Preferred was looking to see where the funding was going to come from.
Yeah, I said that because we did not have a primary election, I know that I'd have to go in front of council to get it switched, but I can pull money out of there. But there's really no other location
Okay.
to be able to put that machine. They thought
Sure.
about putting it out in the main office, but with the courts and other offices coming in and you're on the phone and you're doing marriage license and that machine going, you can't hear.
Okay.
And I had already talked to Jan about that, about the money that
I think we'd like to see, move that money.
Yeah, I will.
Present it to the council. And did we have an estimate on the cost of that?
I think it was right at $1,000, just a little over 1,000.
Right. And like I say, I didn't use any of the money from the primary.
Right.
Because there wasn't one, so.
Thank you, Cindy.
You're welcome. And then, I don't know if you guys want to sign that, and if you guys need to keep that for any reason, or, I have the original, I just,
Probably need to get a copy to Jana, is all.
Well, here's a copy.
yeah, and I'll take this, all right.
Thank you, Cindy.
Yeah, we could just, we'll just sign another one and
Yeah.
have a copy. That's good.
Here's another one.
So we could all have a copy.
Oh,
Wow.
Okay, next on the agenda, we have Amy Biggs. We've got a new deputy director. And I've heard a lot of good things about him.
Oh, good. Go ahead.
All right, gentlemen, good afternoon. Thanks for allowing us to be on the agenda today. I wanted to fill you in on the progress report of our search for a deputy director.
Would you tell people what your position is?
Sure, sorry. Amy Biggs with Emergency Management for Whitley County. We have been without a deputy director fulfill this position since October of last year. Due to upgrades and refreshment of our job application process and our job descriptions through a third-party agency. It took a little bit more extended time to be able to accomplish this, but I feel very confident with the candidates that we were able to interview. We had 9 individuals that applied for this position, all equally qualified to perform job functions. But I'm happy to say, with the assistance of the advisory board, we chose an individual in Dan Monaco that exceeds any kind of education and qualifications that we've had in this position prior to that. Dan comes to us with an emergency management master's degree. In addition to that, he is a hazardous materials technician. So his capabilities to assess, perform, and guide on issues related to hazardous materials is going to be very welcomed in this community, given the hazards that we do have. So through this process, I think we completed it very fair and equitably, and I come before you with recommendation to appoint Dan Monaco as Emergency Management Deputy Director.
Okay, any questions?
Mr. Chairman, I'd make a motion that we approve the hiring of Dan Monaco as the Deputy Director of EMA.
Okay, we got a motion to approve Dan Monaco as our deputy director for EMA.
second.
Got a second? Discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
We're glad to have you.
Thank you. Yeah, I just wanted to introduce myself and tell you guys thank you very much for the opportunity. And I look forward to working with Amy and getting to know everyone here and trying to make this place as safe as possible.
A lot of knowledge there.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I hope she's a better boss than the other one you have.
He's an all right guy.
Next on the agenda, we have John Myers, EDC, Broadband Ready Community Designation Ordinance, and Kennedy.
John, you changed your looks.
I know, he got prettier. Kennedy St. George, Director of Marketing, Whitley County EDC. We had sent over an ordinance for your review, and we're asking to adopt it to certify Whitley County as a broadband-ready community. Broadband is something that's important for economic growth as well as quality of life here in Whitley County. Matt has reviewed it and passed the ordinance on to you guys. It just sends a signal to the telecommunication industry that we are wanting broadband, we're ready, and ready to move forward with anything that may come our way.
That's great. Anything we can do to get better
And we
broadband.
sure are.
All right. I move we approve this ordinance number,
2019-10.
okay, 2019-10, for the broadband ready community designation.
How many signatures?
I think it's set up for
All three.
Okay. I second the motion.
Okay, we got a motion to approve the ordinance for broadband-ready community designation, which is ordinance number 2019-10. We've got a second. Discussion. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kennedy. Do we have anybody from Blue Lake, or should I announce it, or?
No, they decided not. Right?
I don't think so. Is there anyone here from Blue Lake? No.
Brandon Forrester. Highway Department update.
George, are you using the old agenda?
That must be why.
Because we skipped 2 or 3 things. Sorry.
We had 3 agendas so far.
Yes, we have. Yes. Pick one, anyone.
But we'll do Brandon anyway.
Yeah, we'll do Brandon.
I don't have too much to report, other than our Community Crossings Phase 2 project got put off a couple more days by the weather. I'm told they're gonna start on Thursday. And their plan is to be completed by September 14th.
I'm just glad we didn't get Reith Riley, because they're on strike right now.
Oh, really? I hadn't heard that, that wouldn't be good.
Yeah, somebody said what, Goshen or something, they're
Up
in middle of
in-
projects.
Between South Bend and Niles, they've got half of the road just shut down.
Last month, the county council verbally approved equipment budget for 2020 and commitment to that, and verbally approved to encumber funds from 2019 into 2020. This allows us, to bid 2 single-axle dump trucks, snow plows at the same time, which there's multiple benefits to that. But so we've, Kevin and I have gone through the specs for the chassis and the specs for the dump bed and the snow plow and the underbelly grader, and we are ready to bid for that. And so if you would entertain signing the notice, we'll get that advertised to accept bids for October 7th.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion that we approve the advertising to take bids.
Okay, we got a motion to approve that advertising, take bids for October 7th
Second.
for the 2 different, is it for the 2 trucks at this point, or just 1? For both 2?
Yeah.
Okay, with the 2 trucks, highway trucks. I've got a second. Discussions?
Brandon, on those snow plows, you get, everything's brand new, what do you do with the old ones then?
We have actually, we're with purchase of these 2 new trucks will be to the point where we'll have a straight blade for every new truck.
Oh, a straight blade.
And then I don't think we have a V plow for every truck, but we're close on that, so.
Okay.
We're actually, because I asked, I know there's one truck that we will likely get rid of, and I asked Kevin, do we get rid of a plow with that? He said, no, we're right there now. We've got one for each truck.
Okay, that's a good idea.
Good.
But then, either blade will fit on the same mounting.
There's a couple that, the older trucks, that the hydraulic hoses aren't long enough to fit on the newer stuff, but, they're designated for those older trucks.
Oh, that's not
Yeah.
the end of the world.
Okay, further discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. Thank you, Brandon.
And unfortunately, there is a stack of right-of-way permits. You guys might want to get like rubber stamps.
Oh, my.
Wow.
Oh, my.
Does that mean progress in Whitley County? Is that what it is?
It does not mean broadband on East Old Trail, I know that.
Be patient, Brandon, patience. Oh, my. Are you ready to start on these?
Go right ahead, you can start.
275 East Bear Road for CenturyLink. Very in the right of way, approximately 50 feet. Move we approve it.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Got a second. Discussion. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. Thank you. Okay, I've got one here, again, CenturyLink for 375 West 200 North to bore underneath the road for an owner that's requesting service. And you've taken a look at all these and you're, okay.
You're good with them?
Motion to approve.
Got a motion to approve.
Second.
Got a second. Discussion. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, the same.
Did we do this one?
No.
US 3700 East. Underground installation of ducts and 24 count, 48 count fiber directional boring. Lincoln Way South and 700 East. Move we approve it.
A motion to approve. Second. Got a second. Discussion. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. Okay, I have one for Valley View Drive, between 865 Valley View Drive and 760 Valley View Drive, at 12 foot west of the center line to extend the gas main, and that's for NIPSCO.
Move we approve it.
A motion to approve, we got a second. Discussion. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. Thank you.
This one here, Tommy?
Pardon me?
This one here?
Did I?
I think so.
Okay,
Medallion Boulevard, between 895 Medallion and 850 Medallion, 12 feet north of center line, gas main extension. Where's Medallion Boulevard?
Gateway East, off of
Okay.
100 South, and I submit them to you as they were submitted to me. There are like 6 of them for every road in Gateway East. It's not just one, but sorry.
okay, do I have a motion?
So move we approve it.
Motion to approve. Second. Got a second, discussion. All those in favor, raise your right hand, opposed, the same.
Sorry.
That's one for you to sign.
Okay, I've got another one on Meadow Drive.
Just leave them down here.
Another one on Medallion Drive?
This is Meadow Drive.
Oh, Meadow.
Extend the gas main for NIPSCO again.
Move we approve it.
Got a motion to
Second.
approve, got a second, discussion. All those in favor, raise your right hand, opposed, the same. Thank you.
Here goes back for George's signature. Dang on it.
Okay, I've got one on Willie Court, again, NIPSCO, for an extended gas main.
Move we approve it.
Second.
Motion to approve, we got a second, discussion. All those in favor, raise your right hand, opposed, the same. Thank you. Okay, got one on Bluegrass Drive. Again, NIPSCO, extending the gas main.
Move we approve it.
Got a motion to approve, we got a second. Discussion. All those in favor, raise your right hand, opposed, the same. Thank you. Okay, the last one we've got is for County Road 200 North. And this is for IFN, Indiana Fiber Network.
Move we approve it.
Got a motion to approve, we got a second. Discussion. All those in favor, raise your right hand, opposed, the same. Thank you. Well, the trees are taking a beating today.
Yes, sir.
I think all be signed by all three of us.
Okay, next on the agenda, we have Becky Salaway with a voucher signature for Council on Aging. Brandon, did you have more? No, I'm sorry.
I don't.
Okay.
Didn't know there was. Thank you.
I don't know what Jen is. Do you want me to state that?
So we received our second van this year. This is a mid-sized transit vehicle that we were awarded through the grant from NDOT. And it arrived, again, it was here in April because they usually come in October, and we got the first one in April, and now we've got the second one. So I won't be bothering you in October. So this is, needs to be signed, and it's just for us to claim the funds from NDOT for the 80% of the van price, which is $43,120.
Great.
And then behind it are forms from Midwest Transit for receipt of the vehicle.
Okay.
So. And it just needs one signature.
Right. I move we approve this and allow George to sign it.
Second.
We've got a motion to approve the invoice and voucher for Council on Aging. We've got a second discussion, and that is actually, I'll sign that, making the ability for me just to sign.
We did. That was in the motion.
Yep. Okay, any further discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. Thank you. Blue ink, okay? Does it? Okay.
Yeah, really good. And then this next little stack of papers I have is to get the title transferred over and get plates for the vehicle.
He said, we just need a signature, does that have to be in a motion? Just a signature?
Yeah, it's just so that I can apply for
Right.
the plates.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Yeah. Only one signature on that one. I think it's.
Only one signature.
So George's, yeah.
And then the title, once the paperwork is completed, will come back here. The janitor usually gets that and then gives me the plates.
Have you got the vehicle?
Yeah.
Got a paper plate on it? You using it?
Yep, you betcha. The one it replaced had 260 or 70,000 miles on it, so we were really glad to park that one. So,
I can imagine.
if
Just
anybody
broke
would
in.
like to,
Huh?
It just broke in.
well, if anybody is in the market for a transit van with a hydraulic lift that has 260,000 miles on it, we have one for sale.
Hydraulic lift? No.
Oh, well, I like that part. How do you dispose of them?
We attempt to sell them. NDOT requires that we have it advertised through other transit agencies for 30 days.
Yeah.
And then it's released to us to sell. They're kind of hard to sell because nobody really wants the lift and those headaches, nor do they want a vehicle with that many miles. So unfortunately, the last couple we've junked. Tammy's Towing has taken them away. They were unsafe. The floor was rusting out of one. They really weren't safe. We did have one gentleman came and was interested in buying it as a fishing lodge. He was going to drive it on his resident. But unfortunately, we couldn't get it started. It was running, and then we.
Maybe you could have towed it.
Nothing to ruin a sale quicker.
Did I give you this one already, dear? Yeah, okay. I think we're good.
Thank you.
Thank
Let me make a suggestion on getting rid of those. Govdeals.com is what we use to auction off any vehicles that we have.
Yeah, deals.
Yeah, and you could even talk to Jana or Tiffany here, because some people just, they part them out, and that's how we sell a lot of them like this, is just part it out. And but we've had good luck with those.
Yeah, they're kind of hard to get. We have a minivan that's in good shape, and I think we have a buyer for that one, so we're good with that, but the transits are a little bit tougher, so. Anyway, thank you for this. Thank you,
Okay.
gentlemen.
Okay, Matt, with the Branch Court property settlement, do we, let's go over that.
The donation agreement is ready to be signed, but I had emailed, Parkview has signed it already. I had emailed that to Jonah, or to Jana, but it didn't make it to Tiffany. So I'm going to email the one to Tiffany after the meeting when she brings the MOU down to you. It's set up, then she can just have you guys sign it, so that it's the same one that Parkview's already signed, so.
Okay.
Basically, it just says that we agree to accept the property as is, whereas we're can already, we've already as-ised and whereas did since we were working on it, so.
Yeah. What we're talking about is Parkview has been gracious enough to turn over to us a building out by Ace Hardware. It's the old Dickmeyer office, doctor's office, and we've converted that into our extension office now. And so it's been a great opportunity for us, and we needed something for extension. It worked out really well. So we want to thank Parkview for their generosity in this project.
Yeah, extension's moving in this week.
Tiffany, do you want to go with the schedules?
We got Nathan, yeah.
Oh,
And Scott,
and Scott. No, they aren't even on the third schedule.
well, they're on Don's.
I must have the fourth one.
Okay. Scott, let's go with you first.
We have two bids, one came by email, one came by in person for the demolition of the property on 350 West. We had previously talked about them.
Oh, yeah.
Scott Wagner is our Health Department Director.
We have submitted for a court hearing to get judge's release on this. And these are the two bids to tear down the property. It's everything on the property except for the cement driveway and the well. I imagine those would still be two good selling points to release the property at that.
And trees. I'm just looking at this one bid.
If they're in the way of the house, yes.
It says trees to remain.
Right, yeah, some
it would-
man-made structures.
And it would, you'd be able to rebuild something on there with the trees in place?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay.
Now, these bills are going against the property on,
Right, once we get a judgment from the court, we will hire one of these gentlemen, they'll tear it down, and then that lien will be placed upon the property tax.
But until then, the county has to pay for it.
Right, then you have 18 months to recoup that until it goes to sale, or unless the property owner wants to go ahead and pay for it.
Good.
I'm not sure I would give this much for the property it's gonna cost.
Now, the quote from Whitley Environmental is $13,900.
And I have a quote here from Weiser Excavating for $19,750.
So how long we have to wait for them to get started?
You can select the person now, and then whenever it goes to court, then the judgment follows, we already have some.
Well, it would be pretty,
We can even put it in the judgment, let's say the $13,900.
right.
Where are you at in the process?
She submitted that 10 days ago.
So just waiting on the judge's order?
Well, we're probably just waiting for a hearing
Okay.
date.
I move we set this bid for $13,900 for Whitley Environmental to be executed at the proper time.
Here, we got a motion to approve Whitley Environmental as the pick for the bids out of the two bids at $13,900 for the demolition. Got a second? Second. Discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. Thank you, Scott.
Then here are the two quotes for what we talked about with the weights and measures equipment for next year. One is the slip-on unit at $21,000 plus, and then the ones with the trailer at $30,000 plus. And And so I don't know, we had talked initially about doing the slip-on because it's the cheapest and getting a pickup truck, but then when we find out we have to have a steel bed, it seems to cause all kinds of mayhem.
Well, I just feel it'd just be a lot handier to be able to unhitch it from a ball and park it where you need it and cover it than worry about shoving it in and out and
How
damage.
often do you use it? I'm sorry.
So the gas equipment itself, usually when I do it, it's usually 2 to 3 weeks straight when I'm done with that, unless there's a pumps that get broken down or they replace it at some other point in the season. So yeah, it'd be easier to set it, be done with it and put it away instead of getting in and out. And if I had to get in and out, it would be a lot easier to do it that way. If that's what you want me to do, then I'll need to look at getting quotes for a half-ton instead, but unless you still want me to stay with 3.
Yeah, remind us, what are you driving now?
I'm driving a 2010 Eddie Bauer, a Ford
Highway Department, the old highway.
With how many miles?
140,000. But again, if we purchase a vehicle for weights and measures, that part-time weights and measures person will be driving that vehicle. I would not be, so we'd still have the escape or whatever it's called.
You think, have you reviewed the specs to make sure a half-ton will pull this trailer? Do you know what the tongue weight or anything is?
Yeah, I saw one recently with the Speedway, has their own company does that, and they just put it with a 3/4 ton, or with a half-ton.
A half-ton,
Dodge
okay.
truck of what they had last.
Well, that's good. That's,
Basically, when it's fully loaded, you'll have 210 gallons of fuel on it, but you're only moving it a couple feet to then dump it in the tank.
I saw that.
Otherwise, it's just a.
Not going up and down the road with it.
You're not hauling that 200 gallon up and down,
Well,
okay,
hopefully They
okay.
probably wouldn't like that if I took off with their fuel and pay for it.
Picky, picky, picky.
I know.
You're okay with the trailer then?
I'm okay with it as long as we can find some place to put it in out of the weather. 'Cause just like our existing trailers, they just get torn up by the weather.
I agree.
But if you slide it out, you still need a bit.
I'd more
Slide
desperately need something than a.
Yeah.
If you had to slide in, you'd have to worry about someplace with a forklift. So I think the trailer's probably the way to go here. I'd make a motion that we approve no, I'm not sure what we're doing. Are we doing a favorable pass to,
It's in the county, it's in his
It's on a
budget.
seated budget, I think, isn't it?
Yes, you have put it in the seated budget.
okay.
And so what we'll do, there'll be a slight cost reduction because we won't ask for delivery of that. I would assume that you'd rather me drive to New Jersey and get it than have them deliver for $3,000.
what do you do it for, $29.95?
Well, especially if you had your truck to pull it
That'll
with.
probably be better than the Ford. Yeah.
$1,000.
That's a good gig if you can get it.
We're in the wrong business.
Yeah, I'll go get it.
Wow. Why don't you haul it back? Can you get it in your trailer?
I can handle that, dude. I make a motion, we approve the purchase of the trailer.
Motion to approve the purchase of the trailer for the weights and measures for the health department.
Second.
We got a second? Discussion?
Well, I
What's,
suppose we should
And that'll be,
go along with him going and getting it.
Well, I would just, want me to wait till later on this year to order that and then.
yeah, because it's in the 2020
Again, we
seated.
wouldn't really need that trailer until later spring of 2020 anyways.
Yeah.
yeah, what's the lead time of availability?
I think 90 days.
Oh, okay.
So I could wait till actually January 1st to put that in. That way it's current seated budget and all that stuff.
And then we should probably add in the fact that he goes and picks it up instead of
Okay.
him delivering.
Okay, amended motion is for also to add that Scott will be able to go pick it up from New Jersey.
I promise I won't go to the Trump casino or anything like that.
We don't care, that's on you.
And then you'll come back later with the bids on a pickup then.
Right, I'll reach out. Do you want me just to reach out to the local location or do you want me to reach out to other locations?
Wouldn't hurt to compare.
And so since we're now not looking for a 3/4 ton heavy-duty pickup truck to carry a load, what are your standards? What are you wanting me to look for? Because, have anything from just a
Well,
regular cab.
if you're saying a half ton will do the job, then go with it.
Right, but I mean, configuration, 4-door.
4-door.
Short bed.
Yep, I think
Okay.
we're wrong if we just don't go with the 4-door.
Yeah.
That way, lunchtime, we can just all jump in it, and you can
That's fine.
take us to lunch.
Okay.
Okay, gentlemen, both okay with the amended motion?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, any further discussion?
Unless Scott has a problem with going and getting it.
I don't have a problem. I'm a taxpayer too.
Okay.
Okay, any further discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand, opposed, the same. Thanks, Scott.
Do you want to keep those or want me to take on more?
Oh, you go ahead.
I'll make sure that there's no additional changes since these are a couple months old.
Yeah, good idea.
Nathan Bilger, Planning and Building Director.
Good afternoon. Since I was on the 4th or 5th agenda, I'm kind of guessing that you haven't really had a chance to look at what was sent. This is regarding a amended declaratory resolution from the Redevelopment Commission, adding 9 properties to the list of properties to acquire that's in that declaratory resolution. The declaratory resolution is what sets out the TIF district for well, in this case, for Union Township. And the 9 properties involved would be located in the triangle bounded by 100 South, 300 East, and US 30. No obligation for the Redevelopment Commission to acquire anything, but due to some interest in that area and the likelihood that the Redevelopment Commission may be asked to participate in some incentives, they want that option. And this list of properties to acquire serves as a check so that redevelopment commissions don't just go out and start willy-nilly buying properties. That's why this list exists. I am still waiting. I believe this actually requires a formal resolution, so I'm still waiting on that document from Andy Boxberger. So at this point, unless you just want to take action pending that, I'd recommend tabling this to the next meeting.
Okay.
But if you have questions for me at this point,
I do have a question. Is it just that area, or were we not going to add more to the Larwell area on that?
Larwell is going to have to be a separate declaratory resolution and separate TIF entirely.
Okay.
That'll still come before the end of the year, and it'll follow the same process. It'll be whenever you deal with amending or creation of a new TIF, it goes through the Redevelopment Commission first, then the Plan Commission, which this was a couple of weeks ago, then to the commissioners, and then back to the Redevelopment Commission for the public hearing, and then the Redevelopment Commission also then, after the public hearing, does another resolution confirming the whole thing. So that's the overall process, again, either for creation or amending the TIF. Any other questions?
Thank you.
Thanks. Do we need to formally table that?
You want a motion to table it?
Yeah, let's get a motion to table.
I make a motion that we table the TIF amendment at this time.
A motion to table.
Second.
Got a second. Discussion. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, the same.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nathan.
Hey, Nathan, could you make sure that gets, I haven't seen that, could you make sure that gets emailed to me at some point?
Yeah. I'll include you when I get it.
Thank you.
Okay, now Tiffany.
We have the holiday schedules, accounts payable schedule, and your schedule for the Board of Commissioners.
Okay, I think we've all got copies of that.
And then Jana said just to make sure that you approve both holidays separate the
4 and 2? Yep, okay. Okay, let's start with the holiday schedule for 2020. Gives us 14 days of holidays for 2020. New Year's Day, Martin Luther King's birthday, Good Friday is April 10th, primary election day is May 5th, May 25th
You
is...
forgot Easter. Oh, that's Sunday.
Yeah.
They don't
That's
get
where
an
the Good
extra.
Friday, yeah.
Okay.
May 25th is Memorial Day, July 3rd for the July 4th holiday, which is a Friday. Monday, September 7th is Labor Day, Monday, October 12th is Columbus Day, Tuesday, November 3rd is General Election Day, Monday, November 11th is Veterans Day, Thursday and Friday, November 26th and 27th, Thanksgiving holiday, and Thursday and Friday, December 24th and 25th for the Christmas holiday. And we'll need to approve that or amend if you have any amendments.
And we need to make a notation, this does not serve the 4 and 2 people.
Yeah, there should be two separate.
Oh, right, okay.
You got another one
Yep.
for the 4?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Yep, I see it.
I don't think there's too much difference. Yeah, Sunday, the difference would be for the 4 and 2 people will be instead of
Yeah, they get-
Friday, April 10th, they get Easter off also. 25th, July 3rd.
Yeah.
Looks like that's about it, really. Okay, let's go with the 4-2 schedule.
Move and approve it.
Got a motion to approve the 4-2 schedule for 2020,
Second.
and this is the holiday schedule. I've got a second. Discussion. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. Okay.
Also move we approve the, whatever, the other one.
Okay, the regular holiday schedule for
Yeah.
2020.
Second.
Got a second. Discussion. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. Thank you. Okay, we do have a meeting schedule here also that, I don't think, do we have to approve that?
Just
Make a
this.
motion.
She said they did.
Yeah, I think we usually do.
Okay. This is a 2020 meeting schedule for the Whitley County Board of Commissioners, and all meetings will begin at 1 PM.
Move we approve it.
Second.
Got a motion to approve, we've got a second. Discussion. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. Thank you. Okay, accounts payable schedule, we're gonna have to approve that too, okay. Okay, also, we've got the 2020 accounts payable schedule with the accounts payable date and the override date claims to the auditor's office.
I move we approve the accounts payable schedule for 2020.
Got a motion to approve the 2020 accounts payable schedule.
Second.
Got a second. Discussion. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. Thank you. Longevity pay. Is this just for information, or do we have to?
I do believe you have to approve the date.
Okay. Longevity pay date is going to be 11/26/19. This is for the 2019 longevity pay. You've got a schedule in front of you of all the employees and the cash amount that they get. Our employees, for every year of service that they have within our employment, it's $50 longevity pay. And that's paid out right around Thanksgiving.
Motion to approve longevity schedule.
Got a motion to approve longevity schedule and pay date of 11/26/19.
Second.
We got a second. Discussion. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. Do you have anything else then?
Yeah, she has this from Baker Tilly. You guys need to sign for services that they provided for our government center, building bonds, and the invoices.
Okay. And this is the one that we get every year through UMBA, it's Baker Tilly. They have to file paperwork on our bonds for this building. And it's just a formality that we have to have an agreement with them every year. That's disclosure services.
Then I move we approve it.
Second.
Got a motion to approve Baker Tilly's contract and invoice. Got a second? Discussion? And I guess that's an agreement that I will sign also, I'll be able to sign.
Yes.
Okay.
Did I
Okay, we got-
second it?
Yeah. I think you seconded.
Okay.
Okay. Discussion. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Sitting. Misty, 93. And you've got the invoice for.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, did you have anything on your agenda?
Do you want me to see if, no, I think everything's checked off of this one.
Okay,
You're good, huh?
okay.
Yeah.
Jen?
Not today.
Matt, anything more? Tiffany? Commissioner?
Joanne, I'm gonna have you help me here, okay? You know, the county voted not so much to say we're not gonna have wind turbine generators, but we set some parameters to having them. Well, Joanne scared the dickens out of me the other day because our state now, help me here, a committee,
Governor's appointed a task force that is half legislators and half quote-unquote lay members. Lay members.
oh yeah, they're wind people.
But they're wind people.
They are.
To come up with an energy plan for Indiana to move forward. Their authority lasts until, I think it's December something of 2020. One of the things that has already been suggested or came out in their first meeting that happened August 26th, I believe it was that wind companies have said, these counties that are turning this down and that are zoning us out are making it awfully difficult for wind to come into Indiana. So the first suggestion is lobbied that they take local rules.
Put it back in the hands of the state, which I believe would be Ohio.
Ohio has fought that battle for at least 10 years that I'm aware of.
Yeah, yeah.
Which means that you would probably have a power siting board, which means that any local community have to travel to Indianapolis to fight, which means local citizens are spending, Ohio citizens have spent millions of dollars of their own money to try to keep developments out of where they didn't want them. That also gives a state board, there again, where lobbyists have a lot of money to convince a lot of people who are not physicists or who are not scientists or who are not electrical energy people, convince them that this is a really good idea. It just makes it a hard battle for citizens to fight. So it really concerns me.
So will this be part solar too? Will the solar people be involved in that?
I think solar too. I think it's wind and solar, or renewable.
Basic two renewables we have.
Yeah. So I appreciate her bringing that to my attention, and I think that's something we want to keep our finger on the pulse of. We don't need the state telling us what to do.
I think we have to make sure our caucus is aware of that, the local caucus, the commissioners caucus, and then IEC, I'm sure that they're, ICC, they're aware of it too.
I think so too, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for keeping me informed on that one. That's all I had, I'm sorry.
Commissioner?
Nothing.
I have nothing more to add here. Anyone in the public? Yes.
I think so. But last month, the president, I mean, I didn't cancel it, the president did because nothing had moved, but it, as of this moment, is on the schedule.
Okay, for the third Tuesday of this month, which would be the 17th.
I believe so.
That sounds about right.
Let me look just to make sure, but.
17th.
Yep.
Okay, and who's the president?
Chad Nix is the president of the board. My suspicion is because it's been a couple months that we'll have a meeting.
Okay.
Just to touch base, probably.
Open to the public?
Always are.
Always.
Anyone else? Yes, Joanne.
When you guys take a look at that economic development list of properties that come before you, would you pay particular attention to where those properties are located and if it's going to be expanded for industrial type things, where the traffic is going to go and what's already located there, and what are the potentialities for redo of State Road 30 or US 30 in terms of where they may make, I realize we don't know that, but where they may make closings and where that may make travel, semi-travel, if it's going to be industrial, where that may go. Just be aware of that as you look at that list.
I can tell you, as part of redevelopment, that's one of the, some of the things that we look at when we're working, when we decide to indicate that those areas would be good for that. But we do look at that, and we work with Brandon closely on that. That's a tough one. It really is, because nobody knows where it's going to go. So do you restrict areas that you think it's going to go, or? Yeah. Thank you.
We have claims and minutes.
Oh, that's right. That's on all schedule.
It's on mine, yeah.
Okay, Don, claims.
I had a chance last Friday to review the claims. I found them to be in good shape. That's the accounts payable claims and the payroll claims. So at this time, I'd make a motion, we approve the payroll claims.
Okay, we got a motion to approve the payroll claims.
I'll second.
Got a second. Discussion. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. Thank you.
And the accounts payable claims were in good shape also. I make a motion, we approve the accounts payable
Okay,
claims.
got a motion to approve payroll claim, general claims.
Second.
Got a second. I would like to say, as part of the discussion, that Tiffany's doing a great job on that.
Yep, sure is. They're very clean. Very clean, very easy to find when you have a question.
Yeah.
Very easy to find.
Thank you. Okay, any further discussions? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. Okay, then, minutes.
Move we approve them as written.
Got a motion to approve minutes of August 19th, 2019 as presented. We've got a second. Discussion. All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, the same. We'll have the claim forms later to sign.
I might say one thing, George. I had the opportunity to go down to South Whitley this morning to be a part of the groundbreaking ceremony at the library. And it makes you feel kind of good. They had a tremendous gift from Mr. Fox that made this all possible, but it makes you feel kind of good that these kind of things are happening in the small rural communities. It's going to be a real asset to that town when it gets completed. Pardon me?
I don't know about that. What are they doing?
Well, they're building on to a whole bunch of their, and then in the basement, they're going to have 80-seat auditorium for meetings and town board stuff and forums and that kind of thing. So they're building to the north of the present building. They bought a lot, and it's going to be a real asset to that town.
Alan Fox donated some substantial monies, and that's going to be an Alan Fox library as part of that. So,
I just happened to drive through South Whitley yesterday, and that little promenade park they built through, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's just gorgeous for the old theater.
They've got a lot of good things going in South
they do.
Whitley, and they've got to be proud of what they're doing.
Yeah, they do. They're doing a good job.
And Churubusco also, when you drive through Churubusco anymore, it's, I can't believe the amount of cars that are going through anymore.
Try to get out of my driveway sometime on the 33. Whoa. Wow.
Okay, anything else? Anyone? Call for the motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Got a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Second, discussion, all those in favor, raise your right hand. Thank you, everyone.
Jennifer, you didn't vote.
So it's about a 12-week lead, so we have to order that in December.
Yeah.
It's 30 days
Hopefully we
before
do have just
January
one agenda for
for the trailer.
I know.
Is that gonna be done in time for you to use it?